Hi everyone, welcome to Simplicity TV. I am Jen Pike, your host, and this is a whole new little series that we are doing for our Cut the BS Wednesdays. Couch talks here on my couch in my favorite clothing, which is elastic waist and comfy sweaters. You all know who follow me that I have like a couple sweaters I oscillate between and my favorite robe from Costco. Today you have the pleasure of witnessing me in this. And what I'm going to be talking about today is one of my very simple steps on how I create more simplicity in my own body and my health and for my hormones and in my life on a daily basis. We oftentimes peer into what we believe to be the way that someone is living their life on Instagram or on Facebook. We make all these assumptions, and people make assumptions about me and what I do all the time. I do not live in my kitchen all day long making homemade meals and all these different things from scratch. Do I make food for my family every day? I do, but it's not hours on end. And when it comes to supporting myself, when I've got busy things happening with work or I'm getting out to go to the kids' events, my husband has something going on, whatever it may be, I have to have very quick, supportive food to get into my body. There's no better way, in my opinion, than things that come out of the blender, whether it's elixirs that I love and talk about, or it's smoothies, or it's different types of soups, or whatever concoction that I feel like creating in that day. This one that I made this morning is pretty specific to what my body needs at the moment, which is a little bit more adrenal support. I'm coming off of a very full schedule. My kids' schedule has been full. It's just been that kind of time of the year where the last couple of months, there's really not felt like big opportunities and wide open space to get grounded. So I have to make sure then, okay, if that space doesn't literally exist, then I have to make sure that I'm at least giving my body what it needs to be more resilient, for my immune system to stay supported, for my adrenals to stay nourished, for my thyroid and my ovaries to stay engaged and be able to still fulfill their roles in my body. So in this smoothie today, it's very simple, and we will list the recipe for you, but I'm just gonna kind of talk you through it, and then I'm gonna show you two key elements that I've put in. So the base of this is unsweetened almond coconut milk. I have some Genuine Health fermented vegan chocolate protein powder that's in here. I also have water that's in here, some ice, a half a banana. I have a handful of carrots. So when I make my kids' lunches in the morning, any of the veggies that just don't fit into the containers or that I over chopped, they'll go into whatever my smoothie is. I also have Ceylon cinnamon. So heaping amounts of cinnamon, which is very good for blood sugar stability. So if you're that kind of person where your mind, right, that wheelhouse is going 24/7 and you're like 12 steps ahead of yourself all day long, that has a big impact on your blood sugar stability, on your leptin and ghrelin balance, so how satisfied and satiated your system's going to feel throughout the day. And so cinnamon is a big one for me that I use pretty much on a daily basis in my body. Now, the other thing that I have in here is I have ground flaxseed. I do seed cycling for my system. So for the first half of my cycle, from the first day of bleed until halfway through till around when I ovulate, I do 2 to 4 tablespoons of ground flaxseed or raw pumpkin seed. And then in the latter half of my cycle after ovulation, until I start my cycle again, I'll do sunflower or sesame seed. So this has ground flaxseed, amazing for detoxification of chemical forms of different hormones in your body, and also to help to keep the bowels moving well. Now, the creme de creme of ingredients that I've put in here this morning, specific to my adrenals and to my nervous system and help to keep me supported, is by this company Moon Deli. And this is their energy tonic. Now, I have zero affiliation with this company. I actually order it online through Pure Feast, which is an online curated store, and it has like some of my favorite products. And this one is a combination of maca, astragalus, and rhodiola. So I have used just straight up maca in the past. I'll use things like ashwagandha, all these different adaptogenic herbs to help the body. My body does well when I have a little bit of a few things, not a lot of one thing. Meaning that when I was doing just straight maca, I was okay with it, but I would find I would get a little bit too stimulated, and I was trying to kind of oscillate with the amount. Ashwagandha, I feel just kind of okay. Sometimes I don't actually even think I get any benefit from it, but when I do the combinations, I feel really rooted and grounded. And so for me, this one with the combination of the maca, the astragalus, and the rhodiola, it takes me from that place of feeling kind of like I can't catch my breath sometimes, and I'm just like go, 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 go. And I start one thing and I end up with squirrel brain and I'm doing 4 things at once, where I might still have that squirrel mentality, but instead of doing 4 things, I opt for 2 things. Instead of moving at 200 miles per hour, I slow it down to like a good 100 miles per hour. So it doesn't eradicate the feelings. It just makes you get back inside of yourself, back inside your body, and be like, okay. And the beautiful thing is that having it in a smoothie, I'm getting this complete nourishing meal. So I don't have to think, I need to make the smoothie, then I need to get some cinnamon in, then I need to take an adaptogen. One-stop shop, just putting it all in there. I will tell you this about adaptogens, because people always will email me about it. None of them actually taste good, but you have to like get outside of yourself on that. Not everything that's good for us going into our body is going to taste fantastic. They're going to taste earthy. They're going to taste, earthy I think is the best way to describe it. They're going to taste bossy, meaning that if you use too much of it, it's going to take over the flavoring of everything else that's in there. But they are really meant to give your nervous system and your adrenals that hug and that support and help to just kind of calm you down. So I hope that that is something that you experiment with and try for yourself. And hop over to Pure Feast, check it out. Head into stores like Nature's Emporium, Organic Garage, The Big Carrot, Whole Foods, wherever it is that you shop and go to. Take a little sample, ask if they have sample products, try it out in a smoothie, and then let me know how it goes. Let me know how you feel about the recipe, how you feel about the taste and flavor of those adaptogens, and if you actually notice a difference. I'm always curious to get the feedback and hear from you. So have a fantastic rest of your day. I'm gonna sip on my smoothie and get ready to film another couch segment for all of you here at Simplicity TV.